This week on RVER, sponsored by Progressive Insurance.
Hey, Chief, we got a damaged RV on its way to the OR.
Well, that sounds like a job for the new head of RV surgery.
Wait, are you promoting me?
Congrats, Martinez.
Doctor, that RV's flatlining.
Well, that sounds like a job for the new head of nursing.
So you're just promoting everyone now?
Yeah, kind of looks that way, doesn't it?
When your RV really needs saving, Progressive has you covered. See if you could save with a leader in RV insurance. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, covered subject to policy terms.
Stop! Yeah! And if you don't like it, you better take your ass up to the snooty box, because this is the loud spot! Okay, see you later.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Loud Spot. I'm your host, Sebastian, right out of Oklahoma City. I got my co-host here tonight. The Southern Flame, Dawn McIntyre, is in the house, in her own house. And I said it like that, kind of weird. And then we got Quay from the band, say Seforcer, right?
Yes, sir.
I knew I was gonna kind of screw it up. Okay, so before the show started, we were actually talking, and we're gonna go ahead and quote you on it, but not quote on you. The word is, you gotta be careful what you tell me, man. The word is what? It's a French word.
Yes. Yep.
And you believe it's pronounced how?
Say for say.
Do you know what that means?
It is French for strive or to strive for.
Oh, yeah, so say for say, that sounds better than to strive for as a band name. So
Yeah, we thought so.
So the band is from Northeast. I saw Northeast USA, right? So what is that? What does that entail?
We are in central New York. So we're located out of this tiny little town. I guess you could call it a tiny little town called Elmira. That entire sequence was sarcastic. It is actually not a small town.
That's a big
pretty
town.
rough place to be. I wish it was a small town, but yeah.
So, how far is that from New York City?
It is, I want to say it's like 3.5 hours, roughly like 4 hours, something like that.
So it's pretty far. It's not a close drive.
No, not by any means. We're closer to like Syracuse, Binghamton, Buffalo, Rochester. We're kind of like central to all of those places, but definitely nowhere near the city.
Okay. So tell us about your band, how you guys started. I know you guys are like I love the way you sing, by the way. I can't wait to play one of your songs later. Yeah, so tell us how the band started and kind of just the introduction to what you guys are all about.
So the band technically started in 2014. It was initially just kind of a bunch of kids playing overly complicated music and really just trying to write in a sense what we were feeling, but we also kind of wanted to throw that overcomplication out there. And initially our direction was more progressive based. And lyrically from the beginning, we've always approached real world issues, mental health, drug disorders, things of that nature, in an attempt to kind of garner empathy, so to speak, or to kind of try and get our listeners to embrace that sense of empathy from a lyrical standpoint that essentially encapsulates everything that Seforcer could be. Instrumentally, there's a lot of emotional stuff with the instrumentals as well. Every member of our band definitely puts in a lot emotionally. We all kind of pick a focal point in terms of a subject matter, and we just kind of let it fly. We do our thing.
Pretty awesome to make it relatable.
Absolutely. I think as a lyricist anyway, and as a vocalist, and being the voice that people hear, I think it is imperative, not even just as a musician, but just as an artist altogether. I think it is imperative to keep things relative. If you know you're passionate about a subject in particular, I think keeping that relativity there is how you really draw that connection to your listener in more shapes than just writing a big beefy breakdown. Not that I'm opposed to big beefy breakdowns, but like it's always awesome to like kind of have that secondary factor there.
Do you feel like it gives you a better relationship with your fan base?
Absolutely. I think what is important in terms of our relationship with our fans is that all of them feel comfortable and compelled enough to come and approach us in any given situation, in any given circumstance, and talk to us about the things that are going on in their lives. I think that connection is just, I can't think of the word for it. It's just indescribable. It is
extremely important.
Yes, it is impossible to convey how important that can be, not only just for us, but as the person who, might have something they need to talk about. Maybe there's something in our music that they found that they could confide in. And, in that sense, if you confided in our music, I want you to be comfortable enough to come and talk to me about it. Come and talk to me about how it impacted you or what you've got going on in your life that made that song impact you. I want to learn about who you are.
Do you find that, because I'm going back to 2014 when you said you wrote more complicated music, right? So seven years ago, do you feel like the band simplified? Because that's 7 years ago. I don't know how old you are, but a lot of musicians, when not necessarily just starting out, when they first form a band, I feel like a lot of people try to be complicated, to try to make those extra cool riffs and the extra cool things that really don't even need to be there. It's really just to kind of show off your skills. Do you feel like the band simplified your style and got comfortable enough just playing with each other and knowing, I said playing with each other, but you know what I mean. but kind of, just a more simplistic take too, because your music is complex. I mean, generally speaking, it's metal music, right? It's pretty hardcore shit.
Oh yeah. Absolutely. Actually, yeah, I would definitely say we simplified. I think so firstly, you are absolutely right when you say that when bands come out, they're trying to like be overly complicated. I shouldn't, that's not to say that all bands do that, but there are a very large amount of bands that definitely, when they're first forming, they try and go for that yeah, exactly. And that's just totally natural. I think that's just literally the human condition in effect. I think that's just trying to strive to be the absolute best that you can be. I think that's a human thing.
Right. I agree.
That being said, I think the reason that things simplified is because we kind of grew more into a sound that was comfortable to us and that was more, I guess, was more organic really to the sound that we have always envisioned, or the sound that we would like to go. In a sense, I think where we started out overly complicated and simplified, I think that simplification is really just kind of like a symbolism for maturity, and getting more comfortable with what we're doing.
What's funny about that, and Don, I'll let you ask your question after this, but you brought up a really cool subject, because the song Colorblind, I'm not even lying, bro. I swear to God. When I heard it, I said, you know what? This is really a mature sound of metal. And it's because the way you sing in it, it's kind of like, it's almost like a melodic metal. I saw that you got progressive metal, but it's really a melodic sound mixed with your vocals and the screaming that makes it just sound really kind of like you could tell that the band's been together for a while and has progressed just from that song. That's what my take from it was. Thank you.
Honestly, as I think everybody struggled getting through the pandemic, we were absolutely not exempt from that. And it was a very long growing period, and Colorblind was the first song that we essentially collectively wrote together throughout that entire pandemic. We really didn't write all that much music. It was just, I think it was heavy on all of us in a mental sense. Not all of us are the most mentally stable people.
Who is? I'm not fucking crazy sometimes too. That's why I'm doing the podcast.
But yeah, like we hadn't really written all that much music, and when we got together and we put Colorblind together, there was we all definitely looked amongst ourselves and thought to ourselves like, wow, you know, this is different. You know, this is peculiar compared to what we would typically do, but in like a great way. Like we're all very happy with the way it came out. So it means a lot that, you know, you enjoyed it as well, and you took that from it.
Yeah, I did. Absolutely. Go ahead, Don. I can't wait to play this song because it's absolutely fantastic. But I know you had a question, Don, that you wanted to ask.
Oh, no, it's fine. I was just going to ask you, throw us into the fun aspects. What have you been just excited about lately? What have you guys been doing for fun, upliftments, get you guys going?
Motivated, if you will.
Back into the flow.
Like what got us back into it?
Mm-hmm.
Well, the world, kind of all the, dare I say, all the shit that is kind of just going on in the world. Speaking from my perspective, what got me back into it really after that long funk was this sounds kind of negative to put it, but it was honestly my anger towards the way that the world is going, towards the seeming lack of humanity that I shouldn't say personally, but that I'm seeing every day. You know, it's all over fucking social media. You know, it's just endless. Endless.
Yeah.
This absolutely endless like puke of negativity, and I'm not exempt from it, man. It gets to me too. You know, it's hard for it not to, but
dude. That, first of all, I'm gonna let you finish that, but that is such a big. That's not even a negative. That's like a real life motivation though, because the negative. I feel like negativity often helps musicians become creative.
Absolutely.
As an outlet, right? And so being negative, even though it is negative, it's the way it is in social media. For me, like I deleted my Facebook page. The only reason why I started it back up was for the podcast, because I always had to comment on someone said something I'm like, fuck you, man. I'm going to change your mind right now. I don't do any of that shit anymore. In fact, last time I did, my sister was almost a year ago. My sister posted something. I agreed with her, but I said something funny. Boom, attacked by like all of her fucking whatever I had to say friends. And I was like, you know what? Never fucking mind. Yeah. I was just, because then I want to go back and say something smart ass to them.
Yeah.
Because that's what I am. I'm a smart ass.
Dude, there's honestly, you might not hear this a lot. It is an admirable trait in my opinion. I love and I appreciate sarcasm. I think, honestly, one of my favorite shows is South Park.
She's definitely full of that.
One of my absolute favorite shows is South Park, and I'm a huge fan of just like that crude, sarcastic type of humor. So like I can deeply appreciate that. So yeah, dude, but I know where you're coming from too. When you say that, like you make a statement, and it's like that flush of negativity. It's a lot of anti whatever, hopping on you. That's an unfortunate parallel that we have to draw in our society, and I wish it wasn't like that.
Social media,
unfortunately, it is.
Social media can be so bad, but it can also be very positive. But social media is just taking it. This is my opinion. People can disagree with it. I don't give a fuck what you think. Social media can be a very negative thing and have a very negative impact on people, especially the way some people use it to just put their own opinions out there, just to almost sometimes even argue. Like Sam, the producer of the show, he literally put a meme that said, I forgot what it said, like, fuck it, just start arguing. And that was all it said. All it said. Or something similar to that anyways. But I'm happy you said South Park. I love South Park. I'm also a huge fan of Rick and Morty. Love that show. Yep. I love all the adult cartoons. I kind of like. I like all of them. All of them.
Yeah, same, buddy.
So Colorblind came out a few months ago. It's not your newest single, But it is one that I enjoyed watching it. And then let's talk about your newest song after we play the Colorblind music video. Sound good?
All right. Yeah, sounds good.
Let's check it. I'm sure you're going to watch it for like the 100th fucking time, but deal with it. No, all right, here we go. All right, here we go. Let's check it out.
Garden at the sacred seed, the shepherd without a sheep, a thundering growl and intention, the day you wild with dogma, I'll prepare for affliction, be grateful for rain, take a trace of stigmata, the cowards now reign.
That this part of this song right here is fucking so badass, dude. I love that shit. All right, here we go. I had to say that. All right, here it is.
So take away and leave all with nothing. While last and back about something. You swear to your face and you swear to your hate. The state of hate holds the shine to my face. The hate you leave in me is nothing made no left what they got.
Okay. I don't know. Is there's someone singing while you're screaming, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, there is.
It sounds, dude, it's so cool sounding because you don't get metal that sounds like that. That's very unique. It's very different. And it doesn't, I'm not saying, and I know bands hate when you compare shit to other things. I know some bands don't like that, but I get with the singing in the background and you have a very unique screaming style. I hear like in the background, kind of not in the forefront, but in the background, I hear some Deftones kind of undertones with the clean vocals on top. Am I wrong to say that?
No, not at all.
No, actually, you're totally not, because my guitarist is obsessed with Stephen Carpenter. Okay. So yeah, no, that is not surprising at all. And yeah, that if he
Nice.
were here, he would be turning so red right now. He'd be so happy you said that. Trust me.
Such a cool freaking song. I mean, I don't know what Four Flusher sounds like because I downloaded this one, but I want to go check it out. But now it's different though than this song, is what you're kind of saying, right? It's not the same.
Absolutely.
Totally different.
Absolutely.
Okay.
It's same. I guess you could say it's roughly the same message, but like the complete opposite end of it. From a lyrical spectrum, and then from an instrumental spectrum, it's like night and day. It's two completely different songs.
I'm gonna tell everyone that's watching this: if you are a Deftones fan, go check out this band. Check out that song. I think you will appreciate it because it is awesome. Now, Don did want to bring up some questions about Metal Insider that you guys were on. So,
how surreal was that?
It was awesome.
Fantastic.
It was
about it.
It was really cool. Honestly, from my end, there's really not too much that I could say. I kind of woke up one morning and there was a message in my inbox, and it was like, "Hey, so your song's premiering on this, and this is what's happening." And I was like, "Okay." So I kind of like
the article. I want to know how you felt. Tell us.
Reading the
That's surreal, huh?
Reading the article, yeah, actually, it was very surreal. It was seeing a completely different spectrum that like I don't know, like that's the only way I could explain it. It was definitely a very surreal feeling getting that experience.
That is so cool. What other I'm going through your Facebook page. I did notice you had some other articles that were written about you. Maybe besides Metal Insider, wasn't there another one that was done? No.
Oh man.
Too many. You're doing all of them right now.
Yeah. Not so much for the colorblind release. Yeah, none that I could think of off the top of my head. I feel like an asshole about that. Unfortunately, I don't pay too much attention to emails and whatnot. So
yeah, I don't either. But you know what? You made the show. You made the show, which is good. So you have paid a little bit of attention to your emails because you made it on here. All right. Let's go talk about tours. You guys have been around since 2014, so 7 years under the band's belt. Touring, where all has the band played?
Oh man, just about everywhere on the East Coast. Okay. We haven't really branched out west too far. There have been talks. Like obviously, it's an ambition. It's something that we definitely want to do. But in terms of the touring that we've done now, we've mostly just stuck to the East Coast. We've been up and down it quite a few times at this point. Very familiar with the Carolinas, both North and South Carolina. I absolutely love those states. I love the music scenes. I love everything about the Carolinas. Definitely one of just anytime I see North Carolina on a flyer or I hear that we're playing in any of the Carolinas, I'm instantly stupid excited.
They got good venues out there for sure.
Oh, hell yeah, they do. Hell yeah. And it's such an interesting state, man. Because like I swear, 1 minute, like you're just in the fucking mountains, bro. Like you ain't seeing shit anywhere. It is just trees, bro. And then like out of nowhere, you just come out of like this mountain and then boom, there's like a random ass bar that just turns out to be like a banging fucking venue coming up on your left. Yeah. You know, you find out Nirvana fucking played there, and it's just, oh man, I just love that state. I love everything about the Carolinas.
You can come down south as well. I know you can tell by my accent. I'm Southern.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. I want to say, did we play in Alabama? I want to say at one point, I'm not entirely sure though. It's hard to say. I'm fairly confident we have made it down there though, at least on like some kind of one-off.
Yeah. Speaking of Nirvana, my daughter doesn't watch the show or she'd kill me. But she was wearing like a Nirvana shirt, I think, the other day. And I said, I think I'm going to get them on the show. She's like, really? I was like, well, Kurt Cobain's dead. She goes, who's that? Who's that? And I was like, you're wearing a Nirvana shirt. Come on.
Sebastian.
They sell that shit at freaking like, one of those girl stores in the mall
Oh,
or
yeah.
whatever. Like
just the
Route
smiley
21.
face, right?
Yeah, Route 21 or whatever.
Yeah.
One of those. Well, that's cool. That, one time I asked the band where all they played, and one of the guys started mentioning all the states, and I was like, no, dude, generalize. Generalize.
Yeah,
when you
buddy.
play.
Honestly, we would be. I have really bad ADHD. I don't know if that's apparent. I'm actually kind of bad at answering questions because I kind of always trail off. So if you were to have me
You're
name,
great.
Fabulous.
thank you, thank you. If you were to have me name or try to name all the states, it would turn into a 4-hour podcast. I ain't trying to name nobody. So
No, you know what? Some people never talk on their shows, and I love people who talk. I have ADHD as well, which is why I never stay on the same subject. I just kind of jump around from here to here to there to there. But
Yeah,
and that makes that I think that's why you're doing great on the show, because you can talk about whatever, and I'll just bring up something else.
Yeah, man.
Now he has to put up money to it too. So
That's right. Well, man, so you don't have a website yet. You guys are going to work on one hopefully soon, maybe?
Absolutely. Yep.
Okay. Tell us about your merchandise. You guys got to have some merch, right?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. We actually have a banging sweatsuit. Personally, it is my favorite piece of merch.
Nice.
It's an awesome pair of joggers, and it's got Sephora down the side. It's in a pink, it's in a purple, neon blue. Think retro colors. It's in that kind of a color scheme. And then it comes with a hoodie that also sports Sephora on it. It's bar none my favorite piece of merch, and I don't even own one, and I'm very upset about it.
Well, because you got to pay for your. Some people don't realize that just because you're selling the merch doesn't mean that you don't have to pay for it yourself. So
no.
You can't just afford it for yourself. I have one of my T-shirts, and I don't even wear it. I don't even wear it that much. But that's all I think I even own of my own merch, because I can't afford that shit, man. It's expensive, dude. My wife has a coffee mug,
That's the struggle. That is truly the struggle. And it's I definitely own a couple pieces of my own band's merch, I have no shame wearing it around, but that sweatsuit, man, that's
awesome. Hey, winter's coming up, so if you're watching this and you like the band, fall's right around the corner, so it's not too early, I don't think, to buy a sweater and some. I would wear those pants. I'd go jogging in them, dude. That's super cool, dude.
Now is absolutely the time to grab them.
That's right.
Yeah.
What, Don? What'd you say?
grab the sweats, grab the hoodies.
Yeah,
absolutely.
There you go. All right,
Stay warm.
What's the band's plan with COVID, making it to round 2 with all the different variants and all that shit? Is the band doing shows right now? Are you guys on a hiatus for a little bit? I know you guys are writing music, but what's your plan to push these singles that you're coming out with?
So as it is right now, Colorblind kind of released on its own. That was kind of just our way of getting our foot back in the door and kind of being hey, we're back. We might have changed a couple things. I might sound a little bit different. The whole band might sound a little bit different. With Four Flusher, which dropped I think it dropped last Friday.
Yes.
And we're actually tomorrow we're leaving for New Jersey, and then from Jersey we leave for New Hampshire to start a 4-day run with our friends in Aphasia and Dreamwake.
Cool.
Both of those bands, you should check out both of them. They are both solid bands. Aphasia, it's actually to promote the Aphasia's new EP. It's called Rebirth. I'm pretty sure that's the name of it. I hope that's the name of it.
If it's not, though, at least you said, I think. You didn't say it all knowing.
It's totally this, man. No,
it is definitely called Rebirth.
It is. It is called Rebirth. I'm fairly confident. And I've listened to a couple different tracks off of it. They have a music video that they put out in July. Everything they put out is solid. And Dreamwake is probably one of the most interesting bands I've listened to in a while. They definitely have their own aesthetic going for them. They got their own vibe. I'm very excited to hit the road with both of these bands. It's going to be so sick.
Last question. I'm going to let you kind of take the floor. And talk about maybe something that you thought you might bring up. My hat's been crooked this whole freaking time, I think, and that's kind of annoying me.
How dare you?
I know. It's man. All right. Last question. Well, I can't. It's hard to fix on camera, and I'm like, whatever. Are you guys with the label right now? Is there a driving force behind you guys, or is it just all independent at the moment?
Right now, we are signed to Theoria Records. They're a bit of a jumpstart at the moment. They're in relation to We Are Triumphant, or they were. I'm not entirely sure the dynamics with that. It's such a constantly ever-changing subject. But we are signed on with Theoria. They have been treating us very well. Cody, our representative, is constantly on our ass about shit, and that's honestly exactly what we need. I think everybody needs that. I think everybody needs kind of the drill sergeant figure, so to speak, the one who's there to kind of, kick in, be like, yo, let's go.
I have one of those. Sam. Sam is definitely the driving force behind this. She's like, we got to do this, we got to do that. But, I trust them, and it's important to trust your management team and who's representing, the band. And same for me, as I trust Sam and whatever he says. I never disagree with them, just because he knows more about the industry than I do.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
I just know how to talk. That's all I know how to do.
Yeah. You know how to ask some really good questions too, buddy. Give yourself some more credit.
Oh yeah, no, yeah. I just kind of say what comes to my mind, but I appreciate that. Thank you for the compliment.
Of course.
Anything that you want that you maybe thought you would discuss on here that you kind of want to bring up, like before the show started, you were thinking, oh, I hope we kind of go over this or that. Any of that you want to get out? Yeah, you may not have any, but just wondering.
Absolutely. So given that the interview is about colorblind, I actually do kind of want to talk about colorblind a little bit.
Okay.
So colorblind is a bit of an observation of the hypocrisy that you see present in modern day religion. And there is a very big primary reason why I want to discuss this and why I want to bring this up in particular. And that is to not only empathize with the individuals that are watching this, and as well as you guys, in the event that any of you have ever fell under this scrutiny of a religious individual, albeit a Bible beater, whatever you want to put it doesn't necessarily have to be any particular one. Anybody who's ever gone through any form of religious scrutiny or persecution, that song is absolutely all about the way that you feel. And in my way, it is my way of approaching that subject and kind of shedding light on the fact that there is absolutely hypocrisy present in modern day religion. Nobody else can tell me different. That I don't think it's even a debate at this point. I think it is absolutely obnoxiously obvious, and I think everybody in some way, shape, or form has been made to feel inadequate or out of place, for believing in the things that they want to believe. And that is at the core what my band, what this band, Seforcer, is about. But that is also at the core of everything that we do. And that is to provide you with that sense of security, with that safe place.
I'm going to put myself out there because religion is typically something I don't talk about on the podcast, just because everyone has, and I get some Christian rock bands that have been on the show as well, and things like that.
Absolutely.
But I will say that I don't disagree with you. I live in Oklahoma City now, so, just on the very basics of what you just touched on, I remember first moving here and going to church, and some little older lady thanked me for going to church. And I said, well, you're welcome. What are you thanking me for? And she goes, we just don't see people like you in church. And I immediately felt like it was a compliment, right? It was a compliment. She meant it nicely.
Yeah.
But it immediately kind of was like, what do you mean? People like me.
Yeah.
Because I got tattoos, right? I got tattoos and I don't know what I know what she meant, so it wasn't. I didn't take it rudely, but just those little things, you can't help but kind of feel judged because she was obviously judging me. Otherwise, she wouldn't have said that to me. Yeah. And that's just that's a very basic top level. But I can go on and on living in Oklahoma and Don, you live in Alabama. That's Bible Belt too, isn't it? Huh? Yeah. So it's like what's funny about Oklahoma is there's a church and a weed store on every corner.
So I do just want to clarify, I'm in no way like bashing anybody's beliefs. Like
Right. No, you're not.
everybody is absolutely entitled to believing the things that they want to believe. Where I get passionate about it, where I have an issue, where I think most people have an issue, is where your beliefs have to be my beliefs, or
Right.
your beliefs have to be, I have to live my life according to your beliefs. Those are the types of mentalities that I personally find to be toxic, and I personally find to be an extremely negative impact to, any religion. I do believe. Oh, go ahead.
No, we could wrap this all back around to social media as well. We could wrap this all back around.
Yes.
We just did a full circle of social media and hypocrisy, and this plays right into it just as much as politics do.
Oh, yes. Yeah, that's something let's not talk about. Let's not get into that.
Yeah, no, hey, I said a joke the other day on the show. I told someone else kind of brought up a little bit of religious stuff with someone in their band, and you can go watch the show. I forgot exactly the name of the band right now, but I said I always told myself I wouldn't talk about politics and religion on the show, and then I said, but I just fucked that up. So I mean, it's like kind of talking about it, but yeah, man, and we can save that for another episode, because I could talk about this for like a whole nother hour. If you're at my house drinking beer right now, we'd be up to like 3 a.m. talking about what you're talking about right now, because I would not disagree with you. In fact, I would encourage what you were saying, and then the two of us would just get on the subject, and we probably wouldn't shut up about it being ADHD till my wife yells at me. Reminds me I got to go to work in the morning. Oh shit!
I could tell. I could tell. Like, if you and I both lived close enough.
Oh yeah.
And if this were in an instance where we both had to work in the morning, we would be pissed off at each other, because like I'm having fun. I'm having fun. Like, I could totally do this for a little bit longer. I'm very comfortable. Like, you guys do a very, very good job at making the individuals that you have on here feel comfortable. And I do really just want to point that out. Like, you guys are very hospitable. Thank you.
Thank you for saying that, Quay. We both really appreciate that. That's what we do on the show, man. We love to have fun. We love to laugh, have a good time. I've been doing this long enough where I just kind of say what comes to my head, and I don't really prepare myself, but people like you as a guest, it's easy to talk to someone who's a talker. So, but we have been on a little longer than we normally are on. Quay, I want to thank you very much for being on the show. Forcer, awesome band. I can't wait to check out some of your other songs. Good luck with you guys with your new single. Hopefully you guys get to tour the whole United States, maybe even Europe one day. You guys come to Oklahoma or Alabama, you let one of us know. Don't go anywhere. Stay right there. We got an outro song, and right after that, we're going to end the show. But like I said, just both of you guys, please stay right there. Here we go. Oh, wait, hold on. I forgot to mention, go to www.theloudspot.net. Check us out on Patreon, patreon.com/theloudspot. Also, we are part of the Pantheon Podcast Network right now. You can see their little symbol on the bottom right corner of the page. And now that's it. Peace out. Rock on. Much love.
This is the Loud Spot outro by nothing short of tragic. Is this all talk with no action? No. Is this my thoughts with distraction? No. Is this what I bought that's in fashion? Or is this the Loud Spot with Sebastian? Yes. Does nothing short of tragic have us back again? Yes. Does everything that's good really have to end? Yes. Our pin host has a pin show, so to get more episodes, make an order. This is over.
Thanks for watching our video. Don't forget to click the like and share button.
Don't forget to go to our YouTube and subscribe.
If you want to listen to our audio and pick up some cool merch, go to www.theloudspot.net. Peace out, rock on, much love.
This week on RVER, sponsored by Progressive Insurance.
That new doctor is drop dead gorgeous.
Please, he's just another RV League educated surgeon with good hair.
No, he's different.
Nurses, we got a Class C motorhome with a detached driver's side mirror. Meet me in the OR. Stat.
Right away, doctor.
No, she's on break. I'll handle this one.
Oh, you conniving little...
When your RV really needs saving, Progressive has you covered. See if you could save with a leader in RV insurance. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates, covered subject to policy terms.